Prince Harry's tell-all memoir officially hit shelves last week, 5 days after leaked excerpts revealed early insight into the story the Duke of Sussex has long wanted to tell. Starting the book with his return to the UK for Prince Philip's funeral, Harry wastes no time in delving into the fractured relations among the royal family, describing his fierce-faced brother and father striding toward him as he prepared for a tense conversation about the state of their relationships. However, the cold and aloof interactions between the royals were not limited to times post-royal rift. As Harry writes, the family have always maintained a distance from both the world and each other. The Duke of Sussex writes of moments he longed to hug members of his family, but ultimately chose not to. Recalling a trip to Africa as a teenager, Harry compares life on safari to his existence within the House of Windsor. As a royal, you were always taught to maintain a buffer zone between you and the rest of creation, he explains. Even working a crowd, you always kept a discreet distance between yourself and them. Distance was right, distance was safe, distance was survival. He claims it was an essential part of being a royal, adding that family included distance as well. No matter how much you might love someone, you could never cross that chasm between, say, monarch and child. Or heir and spare, he writes. Physically, but also emotionally. Read more. Harry recalls miraculous moment ex-girlfriend helped him cry about Diana's death. Some members of the royal family rarely show public signs of affection. Image, Getty Images. Harry's book was published on Tuesday, January 10. Image, Penguin Random House. Ramona Rosales. When and Where You Can Buy Spare. The new book by Prince Harry, Spare by Prince Harry, will be released by publishers Penguin Random House on January 10, 2023. The tell-all memoir, which was ghostwritten by Pulitzer Prize winner J.R. Moehringer, promises to be packed full of explosive revelations and insight into the royal family, and there's even an audiobook read by the Duke of Sussex himself. You can buy your copy of Spare on Amazon. This article contains affiliate links. We may receive a commission on any sales we generate from it. Learn more. The prince references his older brother Prince William, who at the time, had taken to pretending not to know him at school, but says the older generation maintained a nearly zero-tolerance prohibition on all physical contact. While he admits there was light touching of cheeks on special occasions, he asserts there were no hugs, kisses or pats. According to Christopher Anderson, author of The King, The Life of Charles III, Charles described his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, as cold and aloof during his lonely childhood. In his book, Harry notes the similarities between his father's description of his parents and his own treatment of him and William. He says he and Charles largely coexisted, claiming the then Prince of Wales struggled to communicate, listen and be intimate face-to-face. The revelation comes almost a month after his wife Meghan Markle implied she, a self-proclaimed hugger, got a frosty reception from Prince William and Kate, Princess of Wales, at an early joint dinner. Meghan and Harry spoke openly during their Netflix documentary series, Image, Netflix. Meghan said she was in ripped jeans and barefoot when William and Kate came around for dinner, marking the first time she had met the then Duchess of Cambridge. Like I was a hugger, always been a hugger. I didn't realize that is really jarring for a lot of Brits, the LA native claimed. I guess I'd start to understand very quickly that the formality on the outside carried through on the inside. There is a forward-facing way of being and then you close the door and you relax now. But that formality carries over on both sides. And that was surprising to me, the Duchess of Sussex further asserted. A friend of the Princess of Wales refuted Meghan's claim, however, insisting, Kate's a big hugger. She is warm and friendly and greets everyone with a big hug and kiss. It comes naturally to her to be like that, they told People at the time. Meghan described herself as a hugger and suggested she received a frosty reception from the couple. Image, Getty. Trending. Whether or not the royal family show affection, in public or in private, has long been the subject of speculation. In September 2022, when the Prince and Princess of Wales were joined by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for their first joint walkabout in over 2 years, many fixated on the fact that Harry and Meghan were holding hands, while William and Kate were not. Following the news about Queen Elizabeth II's death, the four royals greeted a mourning crowd of royal fans outside the gates of Windsor Castle. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex instantly walked hand in hand, while the newly appointed Prince and Princess of Wales showed reservation. William and Kate's habit of not holding hands in public seems to be based on a conscious decision rather than any aversion to this particular form of PDA, public display of affection, body language expert Judy James told Express.co.uk at the time. They were photographed, off-camera, walking through a hotel lobby this year holding hands happily like any other couple, so the choice to allow their arms to hang close but with the hands not quite touching seems to be deliberate. Don't miss, Prince Harry breaks cover to go on dog walk after William attack claimed. Reveal, inside Not Caught kitchen where Harry claims William attacked him. Insight, this morning row erupts over royal family's dignified silence. Analysis. The four royals joined forces to greet mourners outside Windsor Castle. Image, Getty. She continued, as senior royals at events, the hand clasp might be seen as a clumsy ritual when there are many hands to shake and so many people to greet one at a time. Harry and Meghan will often work a room together, keeping constantly in touch, but William and Kate tend to work in turns as independent units. At their level, hand-holding could make them seem exclusive rather than professionally sociable too. Ms. James went on to note the traditional element of avoiding public affection, saying, as top-tier royals, they would also have inherited the tradition of not performing PDAs like hand-holding. The Queen and Philip rarely touched in public apart from the odd arm hold, and Charles tends to be the same. All three couples would have complied to the royal pecking order in the days before they married, too, meaning the heir to the throne would have walked ahead slightly, making any touch impossible. Harry and Meghan on the other hand have always appeared as equal status, making long bouts of hand-holding or hugging possible. However, by many accounts, there is no protocol that dictates whether or not the royals can show public signs of affection. While the late Queen often opted to maintain a traditional approach to meeting members of the public, younger generations of the family have leaned into a more tactile method. Kate and William have been spotted embracing in the past. Image, Getty. The Queen and Philip occasionally went against royal protocol. Image, Getty. According to the official royal family website, there are no obligatory codes of behavior when meeting the Queen or a member of the royal family, but many people wish to observe the traditional forms. For men, this is a neck bow, from the head only, whilst women do a small curtsy. Other people prefer simply to shake hands in the usual way. When William hugged members of the Women's England football team, after their history-making win last year, searches for, "Are the royal family allowed to hug?" surged. Former royal butler Grant Harold affirmed that the affectionate approach was largely adopted by younger royals. Hugging is something younger people do. You look at the energy of Princess Diana and she was very much somebody that would hug people. She was famous for it, wasn't she? He told E! News in 2018. None of the rest of the royal family hugged. It just wasn't the done thing. Now the younger royals, Princes William and Harry, you see them hugging. So it's their way of doing it. They are very much copying what their mother did, which is fantastic. In the past, the Prince and Princess of Wales have been spotted holding hands and hugging. And, as royal author Judy Wade told People in 2016, different types of occasions call for different types of behavior.